Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today's July 6th, 2026. And after waking up this morning and doing my prayers, I went to my YouTube channel and started checking my comments under my recent videos to see what people had been saying and to see if there were any new pieces of information that people often send me through comments. Thank you, everybody that puts their information there. Obviously, not everything is valid or usable, or I can't share everything all the time. But when I see these comments that just make so much sense, it's like I have to put it into a video. And so thank you to the person that brought this to my attention. This is an amazing detail. So the Bible talks about 10 virgins. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And then you have in this whole idea with the 10 virgins is idea of a delay, right? They went out to meet the bridegroom, and he hadn't come yet, and there was a delay. And so 10 virgins and a delay on the arrival of the bridegroom. We also have the idea in the Revelation 12 sign, the sign in the heavens, which talks about a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, upon her head a crown of 12 stars. She being with child cried, travailing in birth and pained to be delivered. Especially now as we've been watching all of the signs of twins, the twin earthquakes, the twin tornadoes, the twin typhoons, the twin towers, everything pointing to the Feast of Trumpets, September 11th. Okay, all of that. So this idea of the Revelation 12 sign is the sun is in the woman, which in the heavens, the only, the constellation that represents the woman, where it goes through a woman. I mean, the sun only goes through 13 constellations every year because, there's, of the 88 constellations, there's only 13 constellations on the elliptical orbit of the sun and of the moon and of all the planets. Really, they're all in the same elliptic based on the rotation of the earth. And so the sun goes through Virgo every year in the fall, and when the moon comes across the path of the sun and goes past the sun and then forms the new moon sliver, the beginning of the month, that's the Feast of Trumpets. Every year at the Feast of Trumpets, the Revelation 12 sign happens. It's the sun crowning the woman and the moon being at her feet, which really happens like the third day of Tishri. But the first day of Tishri is when the moon is crossing over, okay? The moon is crossing over the sun, creating the new moon sliver. The crown of stars on her head is the constellation of Leo. And then especially in 2017, the big sign was the 3 extra planets that were in Leo, plus Jupiter was in Virgo. Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and the sun and the moon. There was this big planetary alignment, and everybody was expecting, go out and meet the bridegroom. This is the virgin sign, the sign of the woman. Go out and meet the bridegroom. 2017 was this big year that everybody was expecting the arrival of the bridegroom, right? And then the other idea with this whole thing is that 2017 was actually 70 years from the Palestinian partition plan. The fall of 1947, on November 29th, 1947, it was the Palestinian partition plan, and that was the beginning, like it was a birth process, the beginning of the rebirth of Israel leading up to May of 1948. So you have this window of time where we're fulfilling the 70 years of Israel, and you've got this big sign in the heavens, and everybody is expecting this, okay? So this sign happens every year on the Feast of Trumpets. The Feast of Trumpets is on the first day of the 7th biblical month, and on this day each year the sun is in Virgo, the moon is at the feet of Virgo, and 12 stars crown her head. Okay, so in 2017, on September 21st, the Feast of Trumpets, and then the big sign happened 2 days later. All right, so 2017, 2018, 2019, this happens every year, and here are the dates. Okay, and this is all verifiable. You can go into Stellarium. You can go into Stellarium, and you can see for yourself. And then you can also go onto the Hebrew calendar and confirm these dates. So 2017 was September 21st, 2018 September 10th, obviously within a day or so, depending on where the moon was in this process. But the Feast of Trumpets is coinciding with this sign every year, and you can confirm this through Stellarium and through the Hebrew calendar. 2017 was September 21st, 2018 was September 10th, 2019 was September 30th, 2020 was September 19th, 2021 September 7th, 2022 was September 26th, 2023 was September 16th, 2024 was October 3rd, 2025 was September 22nd. Remember last year? See, remember last year they were expecting September 23rd, 24th, they were talking about it. And they still have been building this whole big prophecy on the Feast of Trumpets had to happen last year. Okay, well, it didn't happen last year, and this year is the 10th year. Anywhere from September 11th through September 13th of this year is the Feast of Trumpets. Okay, so this sign is connected to this. It's happening this year. Now, there have been 10 years of this, 10 years of waiting, 10 years of the Revelation 12 sign, 10 virgins. So in 2017, a major alignment happened that got everybody expecting. On September 23rd, 2017, Feast of Trumpets, Jupiter was in Virgo, Mercury, Venus, and Mars was in the constellation of Leo. And it was a rare celestial convergence. Okay, that special sign with that special alignment was a very unique sign to 2017. But that does not discount the fact that every year on the Feast of Trumpets, the sun is in Virgo and the moon comes through, and that is the beginning of the Feast of Trumpets every year. So 2017 to 2026 is 10 years. And what this sign depicts. Virgo represents Israel. The sun represents the Messiah, Jesus. The moon under her feet represents the lesser light under the authority of God's people. And the 12 stars represent the crown of Israel's tribes and authority. So you got the 144,000 witnesses, and you've got the 12 tribes, and you've got 12,000 chosen from each tribe, and there's 12, right? It's 12. It's connected to the government of God. The 10 virgins connection from 2017 to 2026, it's 10 years, matching the parable of the 10 virgins. This may represent a period of waiting for the bridegroom's return. So here are the key points. The Revelation 12 sign occurs every year on the Feast of Trumpets. In 2017, it was accompanied by a rare planetary alignment. From 2017 to 2026 is 10 years, symbolized by the 10 virgins. We are now in the 10th year, 2026. Watch therefore, for you know not the day or the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. I pray you are blessed today. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.